the extension of the building we saw before. This is a very long building. This is the other end. We saw the further end before. And this is a building built in 1916 along with the munitions factory and reused as many buildings in 1933. Being sent to the campus was part of the punishment system. In the old dacau was opened in the empty buildings of the gunpowder and munitions factory of 1916. They had 2 cramped prisons already, but these were more or less makeshift prisons. These were rebuilt. They spoke together in the meeting. They sang together. We could spend hours and hours. Clergy, for example, priests. Dachau was a central priest's camp. About this is the crematorium. They could no longer cremate the dead, so they buried them outside the camp in the neighboring cemeteries. And in the end, when the Americans approached very, very quickly, they just let the bodies lie. So that the Americans encountered many dead bodies between the two crematorium buildings. And they forced the most hardened Dachau Nazis to come to the crematorium area and view these bodies. It was cold on the 29th of April, so the Americans, they distributed blankets to the survivors. Those that could digest food were handed cans, for example, but the Americans, as I said, were very careful. If you starve for years and then you eat too much and are the wrong things, you will die from it. Your body is no longer able to digest any food. So the Americans had to be very careful. Some had not seen milk in years, the first milk for many Indians. This is delousing. There were lice and flea in the camp due to the overcrowding, so the Americans, they deloused, disinfected the survivors. These are the remaining guards. These are not SS guards. The SS, they had left the camp before the Americans came. They cleared out before the Americans came. They had been replaced by other guards that were not SS guards, and these other guards, they were rounded up by the Americans and, of course, interrogated. But the SS people were gone when the Americans came and tried to blend in with the population. This is, again, the beginning of May, when they celebrated the first time Dachau's liberation. This year we had the 80th anniversary, and we had 10 survivors here, and one survivor was 101 years old. So they are leaving very quickly now. And it's our task to take on their legacy. consisting of 2 words only, never again. Now the whole thing starts again. As I say, it's shown in a loop. Feature of the perimeter physics class, there is step from the test. You will immediately targeted by one class. Then there was a ditch, no longer reserved in many areas. Experiments or these test guessings, especially carried out in 1943. We do not know how many fell victim to these test guessings. We have the testimony of one survivor. He said he had seen 8 people carried out the test. 6 of whom were still alive.